It's about that time of year. It's harvest time. But it's not just the harvest time, it's leading up to Thanksgiving. Now, we are thankful for many things, but sometimes we're not grateful. So, actually, some of this started a lot earlier in life being grateful when COVID hit because we were grateful when we had toilet paper in the closet. And for the weeks leading up to Thanksgiving, I'm going to plan on sharing some thoughts. Hopefully, I'll give you some things to think about, but also some reminders that we need to intensify our gratitude. So, what is gratitude and is it different than Thanksgiving? Well, I'm glad you asked. To be thankful is to feel. So, it's like an emotional response to be pleased or perhaps to spark an inner emotional response. Usually, to be thankful is considered an adjective. Now, grateful, well, that's a deeper response that comes from the emotion and often is accompanied with action. So, I am thankful. Therefore, I act grateful by demonstrating that feeling of thankfulness. Maybe this is a better way to say it. Being thankful tells that you have a sense of appreciation. So, being grateful expresses that much deeper sense and gratitude of the heart, which then is accompanied by action. Thanksgiving, it's a time that we appreciate our religious freedoms and the way our forefathers got in a boat, headed for the new land, and started over because they wanted a freedom and they wanted that freedom to worship as they saw and understood God asking them to do. So that first year was a heartbreaker because they lost many lives and they were close to starvation and they were very sick. So to celebrate this and appreciation for making it through and all that they had gone, they had that first Thanksgiving feast. And that was, I guess you could call, a living demonstration of their gratitude. So, how much are we aware of the topic of gratitude? So much of thankfulness, going to the next level, is being aware of what we're grateful for. That awareness changes the dynamic of the heart. Now, it's easy to just walk by a sewer grate on the street. Not many of us would think that's something to be grateful for. However, if we have a flood and something plugs up the sewer and the water runs in the streets and floods, suddenly we are aware of what a sewer system is for. Now, science has proved that a life of gratitude does do really good things for your body. We know it promotes better sleep, it fortifies our immune system, and it even influences how we look. And some of us need to be a lot more grateful. We're made aware in Psalms 126:3 that being aware of the things God has done does fill us with joy. Joy changes the demeanor on our face and in our heart. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. You don't often see people filled with joy and acting like doomsday. So, the changing of our approach to the things in life that we should be more than just simply thankful for is also described in Colossians 3:16, and that says, "Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your heart." So, when we are made aware of the things we should look at, gratitude affects our wisdom, and it does cause us to reach out to teach, to admonish, to sing, to pray, and all that does come from the heart. So, to shift our mindset and not just simply say thank you, but be grateful, we have to totally shift. For some of us, we grew up learning to drive on a stick shift. Now, to shift, unless you're going to speed shift, the normal way to shift is you push the clutch in, you shift the gear, slowly let out the clutch. And once you get it down, you can do it pretty seamlessly and not shake everybody up in the car when you let the clutch out. It's kind of like that with gratitude. It may take some time once you're aware of being gracious to change the mindset from expectation to gratitude. Now, I love Thanksgiving, partly because it comes before Christmas, but mostly because it reminds me. I am reminded I need to be more aware. I am more aware because I'm so thankful, but I want it to be more than just a casual thank you. I want it to be a deep moment of gratitude that remains in my heart, and that creates a place for God to be honored. And then my life can be a witness of being gracious, not just a simple thank you, but a real heartfelt expression. So the Greek mythology brought us cornucopia, or the horn of plenty as we know it. Traditionally, it represented the horn of a goat. And this symbolized fertility and fortune and abundance. Now, in our American culture, women in Hobby Lobby use it to decorate, and it symbols abundance with the flowers and the fruit flowing out of a large woven basket in the shape of a long horn. Now, I love cornucopias and I love that idea. I love that plan. So, my challenge is for you this week, and I'll try to challenge you every week, is to prepare your own horn of plenty. Now, obviously, you don't need a horn and you don't need plenty of stuff. But I want you to find a place and use things that have meaning that will trigger your awareness with inside you to be grateful. Yours is going to look a lot different than mine. Some of ours will reflect this interesting world that 2020 brought, but instead of reflecting on the panic and the fear and the sickness and the loss, let's focus on what we have. Determine where you're going to put your horn of plenty. Now, if you have a basket, yeah, use it. But otherwise, like maybe the dining room table or a coffee table where people can see it. Now, in that area or in a basket or on a placemat, put things that God has given you plenty of. Now, I don't mean that you have plenty of one thing, but the blessings that God has given you this year to remind you about that joy that we read in the Psalms. The Lord has done great things for us and we are filled with joy. Now, let me give you some ideas. So the last couple of years, we've had a lot of crazy things happen. Last year, we had 2 children get married. We gained family members. We've sold one cabin, bought another. We've done a lot of traveling, even with the COVID. We've reunited with some really good friends, spent a lot of time on the lake. We've lost some friends. So maybe I'll put on my cornucopia area, I'll put some pictures of the people that I love that I've lost. Maybe I'll put a guitar pick or a ukulele because that reminds me of my music. And maybe I'll put some pictures because pictures of places I've been. Perhaps I'll put one of the books that I've been reading that really means something. Do you get the point? It's the things that make up the year that we're grateful for that we create our horn of plenty. So, even if you think about it, even if the year went belly up, we do have a lot to be grateful for. So make a horn of plenty. Smile, laugh, shed a tear, but mostly really be aware what's happening in your heart. Because when we change and become truly grateful, not just for the life God's given us, for the breath we have, but for the blessings that He's laid in our path, our joy rubs off on other people. So have fun making a cornucopia as you look forward to Thanksgiving, and really be aware and be grateful.